He came to me after his death. Abaddon, alive, and I wanted so much to believe. I was such a fool.
Azrael, you saw Abaddon after he fell.
Saw him? I brought him here, to Eden.
What treachery is this, Azrael? Eden doesn't exist. Not anymore.
Ignorant sprite. I bore witness as the first ones were cast out and the garden fell to ruin. I could not let heaven's first gift and greatest weapon simply rot, or worse, fall to darkness. I hid it away.
The Tree of Knowledge. Then, Abaddon has been to the tree.
You must draw upon its gifts now. If some way exists to stop the destroyer, the tree will show it to you. I never dared use it myself. Perhaps if I had, things would have been different.
And Abaddon, what of his gift?
That was not for me to know. Each who comes before the tree receives a different gift. Some receive nothing. Others are driven mad by visions, or simply destroyed. No, I cannot say for certain. Come.
Alright, welcome everyone to Indie Author Gaming, or as I typically call it, the Occult Gaming channel. We got our Lifestone for defeating Straga on the last episode. And I'm happy to inform you guys, before I say that, I just want to also wish you guys that you had a great holiday and that you're taking care of yourselves and your loved ones. But I am happy to say that today, as of this episode, the numbers are solid as far as the timestamps, the items.
There's no way across.
There is, for those who are worthy.
Or those who can fly.
Horsemen, you have fought against the darkness so long that it has marked you. Creatures of the light will sense it, as I have. In this place, you are worse than a demon. Conquer the shadow, then you may pass. Are you ready to face yourself in the light? Not all are prepared for what they see.
The Mask of Shadows.
Yes. You will see into the Shadow Realm for as long as you wear the mask. Fight well.
There was an invisible chest. We got the Sight Beyond Sight trophy there. There was an invisible chest at the start of the level. We can only get that chest once we have this mask. So once you get this mask, you can always go back to get that chest. And if you saw anything else invisible before, if you noticed that, something that just looked like it was there, but maybe you thought it was like a glitch or something like that, it was actually because you're supposed to have this mask. So we're gonna put this mask to use once we're done with Eden here. Looks like Shadow War's attack there was unblockable. If you have Chaos Form, go ahead and use it. Remember, you're invincible when you have Chaos Form, and you do a ton of damage. Extra points if you have War's Glory equipped in one of your weapons, that way Chaos Form lasts longer. So definitely use it when you have it. If you have like a what are those things called? If you have like a one of those consumables that restores chaos, you can even use that here too to just make this fight like a lot easier. I don't tend to use consumables, so what I'm gonna do is fight Shadow War mano a mano. So you can, I believe you can hurt Shadow War even in his form here, his chaos form. I make sure to stay away using the dodge. I don't know if his attacks are unblockable, I just tend to avoid them. Next time I play the game, I'm going to actually experiment to see if his attacks are unblockable or blockable. But yeah, Chaos War actually isn't that difficult. You can kind of just go head up with him. It looks like we are doing damage to him even with our base form here. But we are also generating plenty of chaos to transform into a chaos form all over again. So we're going to use it and we're going to finish this fight right about here. This isn't the last time we're going to see a shadow version of War. He's going to pop up at the start of Darksiders 2 as well.
Heaven's first gift awaits you. I will remain here with the Watcher.
I'm not letting the horseman out of my sight. Where he goes, I go.
Indeed. Go then, Darkling. Make for the tree. You will never reach the other side.
Hurry up. And don't forget who holds the leash.
The Watcher's so petty. But if you want to, you can go back, all the way back to get this item. It's kind of unnecessary because we're going to be coming back here anyway. But yeah, if you want to grab this, this is a soul chest, I believe. This time I didn't write the values down, unlike the first playthrough. I could just grab the values from that initial playthrough. We also have our Wrath chest here. Very useful. And we're going to pick up some very vital items from here. We got a Wrath shard here. We have our final Abyssal armor piece here. Other than that, we have some soul chests. And then we have some story related items as well to pick up. So we can use Fury's Embrace here to find all the items instead of looking for them aimlessly. That'll make it a lot easier for us. As when you equip Fury's Embrace, all the items on the map will appear literally on your map. Even on your mini-map. So it's a very awesome consideration that the devs did there. They could have just forced us to open that map every time, but they even put them on a mini-map. So, what I was saying at the beginning of the episode is that this episode, I finally have the item numbers down pat. So, I was having issues for some reason with the items, the item numbering for the shards. Wrathstone shards and Lifestone shards. I think as of episode like 6, that's when the issues first started. Episodes 5 or 6. But I finally have that down pat, so everything is now updated as of today. Today's the 10th of January. And the only thing that I'm iffy about are the artifact soldiers. Everything else is accurate. So we got our legendary form trophy here. And we have our Abyssal armor, the full set. So this reduces so much damage, and it gives each of our weapons a leech effect. So once you get this, the rest of the game's basically a cakewalk. But it's not like the rest of the game is only combat. The rest of the game is going to be mostly exploration, but this chaos form is, this Abyssal armor form is awesome. I'm just checking out the description of that trophy we just got. But yeah, I think so. I haven't seen the last recording yet. Both of the artifacts, I may pick them up there, because currently, as of this episode, we're going to be up to Artifact Soldier 18. But in that final one, we do max it out, so the numbers could potentially be off here. I need to check. Or I might have not written one down somewhere, but I'm hoping the last 2 artifacts are on that last episode. But it's, other than that, everything else will be, you know, everything else is accounted for. I love this song. Okay, we're gonna go back and get this chest. Best way is over to the side over here. Not this side. I think there's an invisible wall here. But right here, we want to jump down. Got our rat shot. Okay, and these are accurate now, so this is gonna be number 14. Yeah, the Wrath and Lifestone shards were accurate until I got to like episode, like I said, like 5 or 6. And then from there, I had written down something wrong. I think I put 13 Wrath shards instead of like 10. But then on the next episode after that, I had put the correct number 11. But because I put 13, I second guessed myself and I just went with the number after 13. I referenced that the previous episode, and it was like, okay, that said 13, so clearly this is 14. So just too much going on when you're doing these and you're trying to like keep up with like work and personal stuff. It just becomes a bit too much and things get a little bit tangled up and forgotten about. And it is, you know, I'm definitely going to take accountability and say like poor management, poor organization. But it's just one of those things, man. Like, you know, it's like a simple mistake and it's like kind of ballooned. But it's not too crazy. I think I got it before like anybody called me out on it. So,
would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
The storm is coming, Uriel. Soon, I will need you at my side.
I would follow you into hell, my lord.
They knew. How did they?
The best laid plans, or so the humans used to say.
You did this?
You plotted and schemed to call us to this world. I simply took advantage of your initiative.
No.
I will consider this an offering, Abaddon. And you, my loyal servant, join me and take up the mantle of the Destroyer.
No.
Once the throne learns what you've done, you'll be cast down, dragged in chains before the council. You're already damned, so I offer you this choice. Would you serve in heaven or rule in hell?
didn't take him long to make his choice.
Now, return to Azrael. Persuade him to help us. Then, together, we will change the face of the universe.
Abaddon must be punished. He bends the law to his will, laughs in the face of the council.
What proof do we have? The seals are intact. No doubt the angel had help, but from whom? Until we know, we must wait.
His act breeds open defiance. The council weakens. How long before we are overthrown?
We cannot stop Abaddon, but there are others who might, if they had reason. We cannot send the fall. Without proof, there is no justice, only murder. They will see no reason in this assassination. We will send one, for whom vengeance is reason enough.
The blade is scattered. I guard the seventh seal. This world is ours. Heaven is ours.
You had to know it was a one-way ticket.
Oh man, so awesome. I wish there was one scene of the destroyer actually destroying stuff, like destroying stuff on a mass scale, just to cement his threat. Because as is, the destroyer, you know, we're told about his reputation, but we don't actually see him do anything awe-inspiring or anything that will make you fearful of him. I think there was opportunities in this game to show that off. Just looking at the enjoying the atmosphere here. Look at war. It looks so cool there. You got the hilt. So enjoy your Chaos Eater while you have it, because once we get the Armageddon blade completed, then it's going to replace our Chaos Eater and we won't be able to slot anything into the Armageddon blade. It is going to be a very powerful sword, but just take this entire episode, because we're going to be doing some collection. Take this entire episode and that tree looks amazing. Tree of knowledge looks amazing. But take this entire episode to just enjoy your last moments with the Chaos Eater. Put whatever slot, whatever enhancement you want in there that makes you feel cool and awesome. If you want to do a ton of damage, do that. If you want to use Hellfire, do that. But once we get the Armageddon blade, we won't be able to.
Well,
Abaddon is the destroyer.
the Archangel?
He was betrayed. He is only a pawn in some greater game.
You must bring him peace.
Peace? Abaddon is the destroyer. I'm pretty sure peace is off the table.
Did you find any clues among the visions? A way to stop him?
There was a sword, one which broke the seals.
The Armageddon blade. But after the seals were broken, Abaddon ordered the blade destroyed on the very anvil of its creation. Horseman, I fear the blade is lost to us now.
It will be made again.
What else did you see?
Abaddon guards the seventh seal. He plots with others to storm the White Gates. Uriel will lead the Hellguard against him and fail.
What else did you see?
I saw nothing else.
I will open the gate to Eternus. Once it is closed, the garden and its secrets will be lost forever. When you are ready, I will begin.
So he says that, and I do make a note here to collect everything before you leave, but you guys will have a chance to come back here even if you
holds the leash, horseman?
If you accidentally leave here, you will be able to come back, at least for some time. At least for some time. I think at some point,
The leash, horseman.
I think at some point the portal does disappear. So your best bet is actually to get everything now, because otherwise you'll just come back here and you'll be wasting time anyway. So just get everything while you can now, but if you somehow don't, you do have I think a brief window to do that, to finally get everything. Noted that this I noted that this portal here has a unique theme that we haven't heard as of yet. At least I think we haven't heard this song so far. I do love the way this world looks. If they had DLC, they could have possibly put it here somewhere.
Seek Ulthane. He will help you. He must help you. Abaddon will have scattered the sword's remains, hidden them where none that walk in the light could find them.
The Shadow Realm.
Yes. Use the Mask of Shadows. Assemble the broken blade. Then, return it to the forge of the Black Hammer. When this is done, return to me. Perhaps I can serve you one last time before the end.
Azrael, at any time you could have left me to my fate, dead in the tower, lost among the ashes of Eden. Why do you help me now? When this is over, the Council will see that justice is done. I will kill Abaddon, and all who schemed with him.
We all must answer for our sins, Horseman. When the hour of my judgment comes, I will embrace it. Whatever the light decides. Go. Waste no more time on me. And tell Ulthane he is the last hope of an old fool.
Outside of that soul
Scatter over
patch,
this ruined world. Find the pieces. Forge them at the hand of the Black Hammer. Then return.
okay, so we'll find all those 7 pieces of the Dragon Ball Chaos Emeralds. And it looks like I'm just gonna waste some time here going back, but this also shows you guys that you can also go right back. So I think that's why I kept it in here instead of fast forwarding it. Yeah, outside of his soul patch, Azrael is actually a pretty cool character, and I keep roasting his soul patch, but that's only because the soul patch is actually kind of hilarious. Soul patch isn't that bad. Soul patch isn't that bad, but it does have an air of douchiness to it. But soul patch is a perfectly valid bit of facial hair. It's not up there with the Hitler mustache. It's not that same level of you can't have this because nobody is gonna let you live it down. Some people are gonna roast your soul patch. I'm sure, you know, quite a few of you get some shit for that soul patch. And don't get me wrong, I've had a soul patch before, but I did it before basically just as a meme, I guess. Just have a little fun with life. It's been a while. It's been definitely over 10 years since I rocked the soul patch, and I only did it one time. But this entire episode is just gonna be us getting the collectibles that we didn't get, us collecting Armageddon blade shards, and I like this part of the game. This part of the game makes it more of like in a way, like an open world game, but not quite, you know, not quite that crazy. Here's our first piece. Alright, shard I should call it. So I do note, like I do notate the number of these. Like if we pick up one, I do note it as the first one. We pick up a second one, I'll note that as the second one. Then I do also note in the timestamps where to get these Armageddon blade pieces, like where I found them. So, but this part's a lot of fun. This part gives you the ultimate sort of reason to get all the collectibles in the world. Because otherwise, we would have a story separate from all the collectibles we have to pick up. But this game gives you the exact reason to go back and like explore the world, and it makes sense. I always like that about Darksiders 1. Everything's like so cohesive.
From old
And I also wanted to mention War's look in comparison to even like Azrael, right? We see with the angels that, I'm gonna speed this up here. We see with the angels that they're all rocking like the white hair. Like every angel we've met, the ones that weren't like completely armored from head to toe, who we could actually see their faces, they've all had white hair, white eyebrows, white facial hair, all that. Another character we know that has white hair is War. So in future games we learned that the Nephilim are a mixture of angel and demon. But War's features tend to place him more on the angelic side of things compared to his siblings even. All of his siblings have like, you know, oh, this is going to be Wrath Shard number 14. We're going to collect this in the Serpent Hole on the way to the Dry Road. And it's going to be right behind the teleporter you first enter from. So that's going to be Wrath Shard number 14 there. Or, sorry, that might actually be past 14. Yeah, that's 15, I'm sorry. Wrath Shard 15. And we're going to get another Wrath Shard pretty soon, actually. Also at the Serpent's Road. So at the Serpent's Road, you're going to find 2 Wrath Shards and 1 Lifestone Shard. So you're going to find 3 pickups from the Serpent's Road. Once we slow it down here, you'll know that we found the next location. So Drown Pass. Oh, Drown Pass isn't our next location? I thought it was. No, not Drown Pass. Anvil's Fort is our next location. So this is going to be Wrath Shard number 16. It's not back here. That's my go-to now. I'm like, oh, I found that one there. Let me just check that. No, so one of them, it is behind the teleporter. The second one is like this. You need the Massive Shadows to see. The next 2 are actually like this, but this one you need the Abyssal Chain as well to get these grapple points. Need the Mask of Shadows. You actually might not need the Mask of Shadows for this one. You might just need the Abyssal Chain. Yep, that's going to be our final Wrath Shard for that, number 16. To complete our Wrath core there. Yeah, I'm thinking you don't need the you just need the Abyssal Chain for this one. So we could have got this earlier. Okay. And finally we're gonna get a Lifestone Shard on the way to the Twilight Cathedral. This Serpent Hole. I'm gonna check behind as always. Nothing there, we've already gotten that one. But up here we are going to want the Mask of Shadows because this draft, I guess you call it, magical draft, magical airlift, is only visible and usable if you have the Mask of Shadows. This here. So we're going to need this to get over here. And we're good. We might need it one more time at the one up top too. I'm sure that one will disappear if you don't have the mask. And I do want to say something funny. Something ironic, not like haha funny. But I'll say it in just a moment. So this Lifestone Shard will be Lifestone Shard number 13. once we get it here. And what's crazy with the Lifestone shards is that we only need 3 more to completely be done with the Lifestone shards. So what's funny is that Vegas, I've mentioned this like at least 2 or 3 times so far in these recordings. It's only Vegas 20. Is now the timeline is showing me like all of the my notes that I typically take. And the complaint I always had before was that like when I'm actually like looking for these notes when I'm commentating, like it never moves past where my cursor is. But now that I don't need it, because I actually wrote all the timestamps down on a separate notepad out of the program, now that I have that to work from, the timeline on Vegas is showing me my notes and keeping up with the video. Like, why? What the hell? Okay. There's a lot of stuff here at the Crossroads. So we're at the 31-minute mark. We're gonna get some we're gonna level up our weapon a couple times here. I just sold those artifacts. Yeah, we might. Yeah, we're gonna come right back to level that up. I messed around a bit, doing a little bit of Scythe training. And we're gonna get a quick Scythe level up soon. I think that's why I'm slowing down here. Yeah, we're gonna get our Scythe level up here, level 2. And the reason we're getting Scythe level up is because we couldn't buy a couple of the moves. So once we level this up to level 2, we'll have access to, I believe, all the Scythe moves. At least most of them. These red angels are, of course, the Forsaken, I believe. That was a clean block counter there. There we go. Harvester level 2. Harvester level 2, of course, that's going to bring I believe a minor damage increase. But you do feel these damage increases. I think level 3 brings a massive one. By the way, block counter does block. It does counter projectiles. I'm going to mention that a couple more times in the video. At least I have notes for it each time it happened. But yeah, it knocked this guy down. He threw his axe at us. And even though it didn't look like we deflected the projectile back at him, that's what we did. Knocked him right down. Alright, now we can buy some stuff from Volgum. Mostly stuff for the Scythe. Gonna get Reaper Blade level 2 and 3. We're gonna get Air Reaper Blade. You guys can get what you want, but that's what I went with. I definitely like Reaper Blade a lot. It does a lot of damage, especially when you're surrounded. I should say it's especially useful for when you're surrounded. Just messing around a little bit here. There's plenty of new enemies here. Those Forsaken Angels. And if you guys hadn't come back here earlier, there's plenty of stuff to actually come and pick up. I kind of wish the the gold ends return on this part. Like at least like once you defeat all these Forsaken Angels. I wish they brought the Golens or the Earthcrackers back for this part. Yeah, the Reaper Blade has a lot of knockdown to it. That's what's surprising about it. Even if you only tap them with it, they go down and take a knee, and take a powder. Look at that. Counter's awesome, man. I'm so mad that I wasn't taking advantage of block counter this whole time. I was only experiencing Darksiders at like half efficiency, if that. I think the next level of my playstyle was actually to learn how to like do some extensive combos. I'm never really into doing extensive combos, like juggling enemies. That's never really been my thing. I'm kind of curious about it in these Darksiders games. Because it's not mandatory to enjoy the gameplay like it is for some games. But, I don't know, it seems like it'd be a lot of fun. Okay, let's not lose track here. We still have quite a few important things to do. Looks like Ruin just annihilated a crow or a zombie or something. But yeah, you want to use your Mask of Shadows here. And that's how we're going to get up top. One thing I should have did for you guys is actually to give you like speed this up, but I do at least give you a timestamp. This episode was initially like over 2 hours, like maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes. I did manage to cut it down to just 1 hour and 40 minutes, which is about the length of a couple of earlier episodes. So I'm glad I can cut it down that much. Which is funny because I didn't cut out any footage, but I did speed up quite a bit of footage. So hopefully that doesn't take too many of you guys out of it. This is going to be our second Armageddon blade shard. And this is a pretty decent order to go in. To just kind of start again with the Crossroads and then kind of go up and progress from there. It's pretty much what we do here. Or you could actually organically go from Leviathan's Drift to the Ashlands, and then from there to the Dry Road. You can come back that way. So it depends on how you do it, or you could just fast travel everywhere. That's cool. We're gonna take this. We're gonna travel this manually, because there's a few items here we didn't pick up. There's actually 2 important items here I never went back to come get. Because I was mostly trying to keep it efficient, keep our travel efficient. I did divert from that a couple of times, like when I went back to the choking grounds earlier during the horse riding, the push for the horse riding trophy. But we could have got this as soon as we got the Shadow Flight Wings. We could have got that artifact up there, which I believe is just an artifact soldier, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna get, we're gonna say screw it for the artifact soldier there, because we're gonna slip off here again. I think I was trying to get on this wooden thing here. And you can't do that, so. We're gonna want to come across here. And this is our wrath shard. This is gonna be number 17. Back across. And this is going to be our artifact soldier number 17. At least as of now, I might have to go back and go through all the timestamps and go through the footage to figure out what number this actually is. But as of now, it's artifact soldier 17. For the rest of the episode, we're going to be mostly using the Scythe. Definitely trying to get this leveled up. Okay, and we can get back to the Black Throne with this portal. I'm going to just show you guys that you can do that. It's completely pointless, but in case you guys were wondering, because the way we left out of the Black Throne was story-wise, but if you guys left any items at the Black Throne, this is how you want to go back and get to it. So we left items here, but only unimportant items, like we left health chests, maybe a wrath chest here and there. But nothing that we need is at the Black Throne. We make sure to get everything. Okay, we're on our way to the Drowned Pass. In this transition area, this in-between area, between Scalding, Gallow, and the Drowned Pass, we have a couple pickups here. What you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to use your Voidwalker / portal gun. And you're going to want to... Is it here or is it down here? It's down here, actually. I'm sorry. Down here, turn here, and then you're going to want to use your Voidwalker / portal gun right here. So of course we only have the 3 slots, so we have to use that there. I should have paused right here just to see how many artifacts I had. But anyway, right there. It doesn't matter how strong your portal is, you just need to make one. And the second portal we'll get to from below. As a matter of fact, you can focus on that. I'm going to actually end up going the wrong way. But you just want to get to the that under area. Or rather, the area under the fan. For that, you're going to need the Abyssal chain. But yeah, there's no way to get above, and we don't need to get into this room for anything else. If anything, we got some extra souls for taking those I think they're called Phantom Legion out. Or Phantom Demons, I'm sorry. Okay, we could have just took that. But I'm being a little bit extra careful or whatever. Too careful. Okay, you guys jump down here, use your Shadow Flight, and the R2 prompt will pop up. It's actually very generous. We're gonna end up going there. So get this, don't jump down there when you get this artifact champion. This will be artifact champion number 5. So there's 6 artifact champions altogether. So you're gonna want to use the portal gun / Voidwalker here. Only way to get there is to use the teleporter down below. I mean the air draft, blue draft, shadow draft. I don't know what you want to call it. But you're gonna want to use this. And then right here we're at Wrath Shard number 18, I believe. Yep. Alright, we're done here. We're gonna mosey on over to the Drowned Pass. We have some unfinished business there. Not a lot. We're not gonna spend too much time in the Drowned Pass because we actually did most of the heavy lifting there already. A little bit of combat in here. Great opportunities to train the Scythe. And if my Scythe is doing more damage than yours, it's probably because I'm using War's Glory on it. And of course that's going to increase its HP, as well as giving it more damage. And also passively, gonna power up our chaos form too, give us more time with it. But honestly, if you guys just want to equip maybe just Reaper to the Scythe, or if you guys want to equip Combat Lord to the Scythe, those are going to be, especially Combat Lord, those are going to be better options than War's Glory, because with Reaper you won't do as much damage, but that's a good thing if you're training your Scythe. You're going to be able to get in more hits though. Alright, next is going to be Lifestone Shard 14. That's going to be right across there. Now that we have the Abyssal Chain, we can actually get this. Alright, again, that's number 14 for Lifestone Shards. Only other thing we have here is the Armageddon Blade Shard number 3. And we're going to be going after that pretty soon. After we take out some of these demon fish. They probably should have had a demon fish boss fight. That would have rounded this out. Alright. Then it's going to be Armageddon Blade Shard number 3. Alright. There are some demons here to fight. I think I may mess around and fight a couple of demons here. Let's see, I think so. Yep, we're gonna do a couple demon fights here. I really wish I could be a night owl, because I could avoid so much background noise if I was like doing these things like way later at night. I cannot though. I work in the like the wee hours of the morning. So I cannot be a night owl. Alright, we're gonna stop for a big fight here. I actually wanted to get this because this was actually a pretty good fight here. So some good dodges. I know that a lot of you guys might struggle with these particular enemies. That attack it just did can be block countered. That 1-2 punch thing it does, those can be block countered. This thing, that can be block countered. Yeah, pretty solid Scythe work here. And we took him out pretty quick. So Scythe is powering up. And maybe the Scythe is just like this thing's kryptonite, because the Scythe, level 2 Scythe isn't that strong, even with War's Glory. But we're doing some pretty good work against this guy. That spin attack it does is completely unblockable. I'm thinking the Scythe might just do extra damage to this thing in particular. Because we knocked him into like a dizzy state very easily. Yeah, but those fights are fun. I always like those. And that's a tougher enemy. But of course we have the Abyssal armor, so tough is relative at this point. Tough is just how long does it take you to kill something, how much of your health bar do you risk to fight these things. But up here, I don't note many cutscenes in this particular playthrough. The story playthrough was mostly my last playthrough. But in this one, I did want to note the special Ulthane cutscene. You can only get it during this period of gameplay, before you've assembled the Armageddon blade, but after you've gotten back from the Black Throne. You get this special cutscene with our boy Ulthane.
Good to see you again, horseman.
I know the truth.
Angels with ambition have always fouled up things for the rest of us.
Abaddon is the destroyer.
Impossible.
In Eden, I stood with Azrael before the tree. It showed me the weapon that will stop him.
My forge is yours, horseman.
You have forged it already. The Armageddon blade.
It's gone.
You can reforge it if I bring you the broken fragments.
But they're scattered. Lost.
Make preparations. I will bring them.
Alright. And up here we got some unfinished business with Wicked K. I actually don't know when Wicked K procs. I mean, I know he procs around this time. I don't know if he procs slightly before this time. Like, I don't know if this guy appears before you go to the Black Throne, for instance. Probably. Is my guess. Probably. Well, I don't know for sure. Because we fought him, we fought him once already, right? At the, Drown Pass. So this will be encounter number 2. We're just gonna drop down here. He's gonna be right over here in this, little isolated area over here.
Terribly sorry, but I'll have to kill you now.
Prepare yourself. The best way to fight Wicked K is the... I mean, this is the best way to fight. He considers you a cheater if you turn into this one, but... That's the best way to fight him. But if you want to fight him without being considered a cheater, then you can actually just use counter. Very effective against Wicked K. Wrath Shard, this is number 19, I'm sorry. Wrath Shard number 19. So we only got one more Wrath Shard before we complete it. Complete War's total Wrath pool. We do encounter a weird glitch coming up. Gonna be a weird glitch over here. I think it's gonna started already. If you look below War's feet, you're gonna see a weird glow. And you can see it when I jump too. It's just a weird glow. I'm like, where did this come from? This looks weird. I feel like I got like the Pokerus from Pokemon or something. Like a weird. I'm wondering if it's like an in-game thing or if it's like legit a glitch. I don't like the way it looks. So I'm just gonna save it and reload it and hope for the best. And if you're like me, do the same thing. Save it, reload it. If you're extra paranoid, give your console a nice little reset. Good to go. Okay, back to Scalding Gallow. So I'm going back to Scalding Gallow in order to, we're going to manually go the other direction to the Choking Grounds. A little bit of Scythe training here. It's fun to come back through here and fight these guys again. These guys are just tanky enough to where they aren't just fodder. Where they keep things interesting. I mean, not these things aren't tanky at all, these little fire bats, but the armored demons, the Phantom General and the Phantoms, they're just tanky enough to make fighting them enjoyable. Alright, so we're gonna get this final pickup here. For this, we're gonna need the Void Walker. You see that chest over there? And if you're hoping for something like crazy good, just hold back those expectations. You're gonna get something that's like really, really good, but nothing that's gonna make those like the exploration dopamine you're looking for. You're not gonna get that based on this particular acquisition. Then we're gonna use the Void Walker here as well for that final acquisition. I made the portal way too hard. Just launched me at the wall. We're gonna get the Greater Rage, which is actually an awesome consumable. I just don't use consumables personally. I don't feel like you need them in this game for the most part. If some of you do, that's not like an insult that you need it, but it's one of those things. To me, the flow of the game feels better if you're just like not using those, but I just don't use them at the end of the day. So for me, it doesn't do anything for me. But yeah, if you use consumables, yeah, that's going to be one of the better consumables, actually. Full Wrath is not a small thing in this game. Wrath can be the difference often between life and death. Especially when it comes to blade guys, those iframes you get from it. Oh, if only I block countered that. But here I get into a lot of fun fights. So because the area is filled with like newer enemies, I'm not gonna fast forward here on this part. I do have timestamps down below for you guys to get, if you guys are a little bit impatient, to quickly get to the next batch of items. But here I do spend time enjoying the combat, relishing in this Scythe training. And yeah, this particular timestamp is the Scythe training arc Intensifies timestamp. So we're going to be doing a lot of Scythe training. which you guys can also look forward to in the Death's little brother playthrough I'm planning on doing. I think for that playthrough, now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to use both sides. I'm going to maybe try to max out the initial Scythe, and then I'm going to get the Harvester, which I believe overwrites the initial Scythe, and I'm going to have to like level that up from scratch too. But for the Death's little brother playthrough, that's the plan, is to use exclusively the Scythe with a couple of the other items. I think for that one it's going to be Scythe and Affliction. I enjoyed this fight. It was a pretty solid fight. You can see we're getting leeched back pretty solidly with the this Armageddon armor. Sorry, the Abyssal armor. Yeah, once we get the Abyssal armor, we can run a pretty decent regeneration build too. Nothing crazy. And of course you have to wait till the end of the game to really enjoy the use of a regeneration build. Now, as much as I like the Scythe in this game, it is a little bit limited. It has a decent amount of moves to it, but it's still very limited in how you use it. Alright, and we have these young ladies here. With the Scythe, these enemies are easy as well to juggle. So you can just keep this Wraith up in the air and just keep dogging it out. Just like this. Okay, there's one thing I don't do here, and I don't move this grave. These graves here to get some more secrets. So that's one thing I wish I did. I'm going to end up doing that on the next episode. But you guys can actually take care of that here and now. Save yourself some time. So check out these. There's a crypt under these what do you call it? Gravestones, I guess. You just have to move one of the gravestones and the crypt will be there for you to fight. We'll cover it next time, next episode. These enemies still hit hard, but now that we have the Abyssal armor, they hit considerably less hard. They're still dangerous as hell, but they're you know, they definitely lost a little bit of bite since we got this armor. You guys will see the damage they put out right about here. So still a lot of damage, but before that probably would have been like 3 health bars. Now it's just like 1.5 health bars. Still don't want to get hit by them, but you can definitely manage it. There we go, nice counter. Again, it's dangerous to counter these ladies because they can just go intangible while you're doing your follow-up attack. And then they can tag you in that time. Well, fair enough. Not my best hour, but still a fun fight. So now that we have the Abyssal armor equipped, as you guys can see, we can leech HP even with our Chaos Form. And we can leech a considerable amount of HP with Chaos Form. So you tend to leech HP with just about everything. Oh, we got a really good block counter there. To actually get some real collectibles here. We didn't just come here for the combat fun. We got another fight here. Again, you can block counter this guy's shield when he's doing that. So I took some unnecessary hits here. Let me get away with that. I'm avoiding what, you know, when it matters, but I'm really getting tagged by the shield way too much. Alright. That distraction is done. Just checking the progress of the Scythe. We're almost at level 3 with it. We're on a path now to our Armageddon Blade Shard, number 4. Just gotta go through a few more enemies to get there. Alright, we already got everything else here earlier, so all we gotta do is take our Abyssal Chain and grapple that. So up here we're at what I label the cleanest Scythe fight I've ever had, at least in this game. So let's see what I mean by that. I'm actually not even sure myself why this would be the cleanest Scythe fight I've ever had. Maybe past me was a bit, feeling a bit hubris. Feeling a bit of hubris. It's pretty good so far. I like the block counter I threw in early. I'm missing where I'm avoiding all of his attacks. He's going for this big... that was actually smooth. That was a good idea. Before he goes for his big swing, we just go for the blade guy. Basically done. And then we killed him without even having to execute him. Okay, past me. That was actually pretty solid. We got the Rage, restore some of War's Wrath. And we're on our way to get that final Armageddon Blade shard. Once you go up here, you're gonna have 2 tough enemies to face. If you have Chaos Form, use it now. Otherwise, you know, a lot of you guys aren't scared of these 2 at all. So if you ain't scared, go for it. Go for the 101 or the 1v2 in your base form. As we Dragon Ball fans call things. That shouldn't be called a base form. We call everything a base form. I think that terminology is spread to power skills too for different series. Like I think I watched some power scaling vids where they called, like, I think Bruce Wayne's, like, him just being normal, they called it his base form. So it's strange how it's used, but I guess, I don't know. I just find it funny that more and more people are using base form to describe things that aren't necessarily a base form. Alright, that'll be number 4 for us. Got 3 more shards. And from here we can actually continue. Glad we left this chest here, we can actually use it. Yep, we can continue from here. Organically, we don't have to just fast travel everywhere. So it's good we actually came back through here because I left a soul chest through here. I also didn't pick up the final artifact champion. We could have picked up this artifact champion earlier. Once we got the Tremor Gauntlet. But we'll pick it up now. Why not? Looks like I'm allergic to using actual projectile weapons. There we go. Okay. Artifact Champion 6 is behind this wall. That's it for Artifact Champions. Good job, guys, if you found all 6 of those. If you have not, check out previous episodes of the guide. And then I'm going to just put all the collectibles together in like a one-stop shop somewhere. But we'll see. That's going to require me to go through each video to get the links for each particular timestamp, which will be time consuming, but I actually don't mind doing that. Alright. Got more Scythe training. We're going to get that Harvester up. Level 3. Harvester level 3. You guys are going to see a big difference. You guys already see a big difference? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Don't worry, it'll become more obvious soon. But yeah, this is going to be our next area of exploration. Pretty cool area. Once you come back here, you're treated to a zombie infestation. So many zombies. Typically I just crush these guys with a grapple attack, but doing it like this, you guys can barely even see like what's so special about this. It was like a zombie horde just coming at you, which I thought was cool the first couple times I played. Top, avoid his shots, otherwise he'll knock you down. Pretty strong at that. So since he's so hefty, we end up pulling ourselves to him with the Abyssal chain. Yeah, using the air Reaper Blade is actually a good idea to knock these guys down. Using a chain to actually get to them is also a good idea. Yeah, but we're doing some pretty good damn damage to these angels here. I love their designs. I love this guy's design in particular. Really cool design. I kind of want to experience the Darksiders universe from the perspective of somebody who isn't quite as strong as War or Death. Like somebody that's really not a horseman. That would be kind of nice. Because the horsemen are so strong that some of these like really strong angels are just fodder to them. But these angels are actually cool. That's a friggin' angel with a angelic bazooka in his arms, and he has like crazy dodge attacks. Well, yeah, if you guys haven't noticed already, the Harvester level 3 has a tremendous power jump. I just go back and watch the last couple of minutes, like the last 2 or 3 minutes. Power jump is insane for just one level. You guys will see it here. Like I'm gonna just shred these guys like butter. Like butter, like nothing. We're gonna keep these guys around for a little bit because I'm gonna want to practice previously wanted to practice projectile parrying, which is indeed a thing. Like we've shown it off twice already in this episode, but this is a different type of projectile, right? Yeah, some projectiles back. It looked like we hit him at least one time with a projectile, but I'm not sure. It didn't look like it had any like knockback to it. Nothing else here. There was really no reason to come down here. But doesn't matter. We're going up. That's our destination. And once we get there, we will find our final Armageddon Blade shard. Well, we will find the Armageddon Blade shard for this area, not our final one. I think I was mixing the idea of it being the final item in this area, but it is not the last of the Armageddon Blade pieces. Alright, looking at both of these, they're both level 3. So whatever grinding we normally have to do is saved. We don't have to do that much grinding. Next episode will be I do spend some time on grinding these last two. I think between the two weapons it takes about an hour to get both of them to level 4. So I gotta watch that footage to see like how much time I'm going to spend on the grinding. I don't know if the grind is going to get its own episode or if I'm going to do it all as one, if I'm going to just like considerably shorten that grinding period. Anyways, we're back to Scalding Gallow. We're going to go to the dry road. Don't mess with this guy until he's done with that, because he will turn on a dime and hit you with that attack. Again, if you want to ease your time with this general guy, you're going to want to use the Earth Caller, the Horn. But yeah, look, the Scythe just ripped that guy apart like nothing. Even the sword, when the sword was at like level 3, didn't have that easy of a time with that particular enemy. The Scythe just has more stun to it as well. Alright, we did leave something down here before. We left the soul chest. I'm not sure how I did that, but we did it. None of you guys told me I left that. Alright, this is our next destination is here. Gonna just use Cap to take these guys out. Spam an attack I just kind of learned on the fly, I guess. Because I don't think I used that on a previous episode on this playthrough. I could be wrong. Okay, so we're gonna get a very important legendary enhancement here, Death's Blessing. Gonna want to get your crossblade. Okay. Let's rush through here. Okay, once we get here, we're gonna immediately turn around. Use our Void Walker. Okay, we're gonna open that door back up. And the shutter, open the shutter back up. Alright, and now we have our two-way portal. We're still going to want to lift this, and we're going to want to wait just a little bit and then throw our chronosphere. That way this will be nearly at the top, if not already at the top, and we'll be here for Death's Blessing. Death's Blessing is great. Absolutely great. It's perfect for the Harvester or whatever scythe you have. Of course, you can put it in any weapon, but the biggest bonuses are going to come with the Harvester. Take a look at it. Leeches gives you health back, drastically increases the damage, increases the amount of souls, and increases soul rewards, specifically in the Scythe. So if you're wanting to buy everything in that shop, you're going to want Death's Blessing. But also, if you just want to get health back for using your weapon, use Death's Blessing. I'm pretty sure Death's Blessing is going to be better than the leech skill. I forget what the leech skill is called already. Damn weapon is so strong. Still trying to think of what the leech ability is called. The leech enhancement. It's not called leech. Yeah, whatever. Can't remember. So coming up, we have a boss fight. On our way to get the final, the penultimate, I should call it. Armageddon Blade Shard, or rather Shard number 6. But we have the final Uriel fight. I'll talk to you guys about it once it starts.
This is no ambush, horseman. I come alone. I, Uriel of the Hellguard, champion of the White City, call you, horseman, to next Sacramentum.
Fool.
I lay claim to your life before the Creator. Will you dishonor this law as well?
Why?
Because Abaddon said you understood honor, and because he was the best of us.
The death oath cannot be broken until one falls by the hand of the other. I accept.
So this fight would only be difficult if you did not have the Abyssal armor. If you don't have the Abyssal armor, she hits unbelievably hard. With the Abyssal armor, she still hits hard, but it's reasonably hard. So we have the Abyssal armor, so this fight's not going to be too bad. She can still do a decent amount of damage to us. So if you're not careful, if you're super careless, you can lose this, but you have to be crazy levels of careless to lose this. You have the Abyssal armor. Very simple. When she's down on the ground, melee. When she's in the air, you can use gun or shuriken. You can even use chain to get up to her to use attacks. I say just experiment some different stuff with this. Of course, before the fight, make sure to save it so that you can, if you die or lose or whatever, or if you lose too much health, you get into the fight at full health. Once she does that charge, we can use a quick time to escape out of it. Looks like that's unblockable, but I would like to experiment next time to see like if we can like redirect it or something. Okay, I use the chain to get up there. I don't know if I'm actually doing damage or if she's invincible during that particular phase. Definitely doing damage now, though. Yeah, this fight's okay. I wish it was a little bit more dynamic though. I think she's invincible for a little bit too much of it. Not necessarily invincible, but she doesn't react enough to your attacks. Like, I feel like she should move around more, and I feel like she should... Ouch.
Yes, yes! What are you waiting for? Harvest this wench! What? Don't you dare walk away from me!
The next Sacramentum is mine. I decide when the angel dies, not you.
You swore an oath to me.
Abaddon is the destroyer.
Liar!
To protect you, he kept you from the truth. You pledged to follow your lord into hell, never knowing what awaited you, or what he would become.
Abaddon.
He was betrayed and became the enemy of all creation. I've been to the tree. Its gift was truth, and I share it with you now. Remember the death oath. Soon it must be fulfilled.
Alright, I don't know what Watcher meant by harvest. You could use your imagination, I guess. Yep, and this is gonna be piece number 6, shard number 6. Then we got one more to go. There's a collectible on the way to the Ashlands, so we're gonna go that way. I'm gonna speed it up for you guys soon. But yeah, I wish the fight was a bit more dynamic. I wish like she moved around more. I wish maybe you had to use block counter more to, you know, to get an advantage on her. But it was kind of standard, especially for the time the game was made. It's kind of just a standard fight. So none of Uriel's fights were considerably memorable. Okay, now we're gonna go get our final Wrath Shard, which comes with the trophy, of course. So you're gonna want to use your Abyssal Chain, aim up, and we don't have it, of course. See, that thing needs 4 sections, because towards the end this becomes a little bit annoying. Not like a big deal, but it's just a slight bit annoying when you don't have the tool you need. Alright, and that'll be Wrath Shard number 20. There's 20 total of those. And we got our Wrath of War trophy. So, done with the Wrath Shards. That's a good feeling. Gonna head back to the Ashlands. Before we go out there though, we're gonna buy a few things. We're gonna sell some artifacts as well. Selling the artifacts gets us another Lifestone shard. We bought Bane, which is a Wrath based power up. Again, we got the Lifestone shard for selling either all of those artifacts or some of the artifacts. Maybe it's for the champion artifacts, I'm not sure. We got the Shredder, we got Ricochet Haze just to make the crossblade more effective. We're buying stuff we didn't necessarily need, and we still don't really need it, but we're just trying to max out, get everything that we possibly can. Okay, and we're gonna get our final Armageddon piece. Armageddon Blade Shard. Of course, I switched between the two. Right over here. This could have been the first one, but I decided to, or this could have been the second one. But I decided to go back to the beginning of the game. So this is simple. You can get this as soon as you get this Mask of Shadows, but you need the Mask of Shadows to get these bombs here. Or maybe do you need the mask to get the bombs? I can't remember if you need the mask to get the bombs or if you need the mask just to get to the. You do. You need the mask to get the bombs. That's really it. You need the mask to get the bombs. I was thinking you also needed it to get the. To get that grapple point up top too, but I think that grapple point's always going to be there. Okay, and of course use the fire to explode the bombs because the bombs are inert. So use the fire on the bomb that you place on the red crystal top. And we don't really need another bomb. So there's no need to get another one. Because we're done with that. What we will need, however, is the Mask of Shadows. Yep, that's gonna bring this up. Yeah, we just gotta keep going up. So we did the Mask of Shadows to also get the grapple point. I like that the you stay in the shadow realm for a little bit longer even when you take the mask off. You remain there. It lingers just long enough for you to do a little bit more. Okay, only thing up here is the Armageddon Blade Shard, number 7. I think I'm saving it because I'm like, okay, I don't want the sword to... I don't want to lose my sword yet. I want to have a save where I didn't lose my sword.
Last piece of that accursed blade. Now, get back to Ulthane and finish this business.
But the save is unnecessary because the blade isn't crafted until you visit Ulthane. Ulthane is the one who puts it together and gives it back to you. Alright, you guys can go anywhere you want at this point. I'm gonna go for another artifact. Artifact Soldier number 18. And now that I'm looking at... I think I saw earlier that this will be number 18. But I gotta go back to the footage earlier because I think there were 3 slots missing. But we'll see. I'll figure all that stuff out before the last episode. Alright, our final artifact of this episode. Artifact Soldier 18, or if it could be 19, it could be 18 or 19, but I'm gonna hang my hat on number 18. Okay, for us, there's nothing really else here. We did everything on the previous episode, so we're gonna close the episode out soon with a couple of interesting bits. I'm gonna be on my way to finish the episode. Next episode starts and I'm gonna be doing some grinding at the Iron Canopy, so that's why I'm going to the Iron Canopy. Right here is interesting. If you fight this horseman here, this Abyssal Rider here, a second Abyssal Rider will spawn where this guy just got done spawning from. It's pretty interesting to see. Like, you guys are gonna see on camera that second Abyssal Rider spawn, like out of the ether. Like right around here, the second rider is gonna spawn. There it is. Spawned out of the ether. So I guess there's 2 spawn points. Looks like I said forget that and just kept going. This thing, I don't think this place has a, oh. The Abyssal Rider somehow fell off the stage? Something funky happened there. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the episode. I appreciate you for joining me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Stay tuned for episode number 12. And maybe there'll be a 13 after that. I'm not sure. But stay tuned for either the final episode or a couple of episodes coming up. But I appreciate you guys. Till next time, everybody. Peace.